Meta Verde, since you had the intentions and distraction for the calls.
Okay. Well, my intention is to continue to try to understand the process and the distinctions between the different working groups and find a way that I can be valuable to the token engineering commons, because this is like what I want to do. This is my passion. And, just like ever since I found out about blockchain, it's completely blown me away. And my distraction is I can't access my Coinbase, and it's the only centralized exchange that has accepted my KYC since I've been divorced. Bittrex keeps telling me they solved my problem and I still can't sign in. So no, you didn't. And but it's not that big of a distraction. I'll eventually get the phone my son gave me figured out and get him off it. And I have 2 friends who are on centralized exchanges who can fix it. Like if I have to onboard or offboard something, they'll do it for me. So my distractions are not that big of a deal. And I will pass. Who is the pink bird? Dog? I'll pass to Dog. Are you here, Dog?
Seems...
Sorry.
Yes.
I had to find the mic button. You know how it is when you're using mobile. I'll just show my face here because I have one. Yeah, it works great. This is my first onboarding call, actually. I'm in this call. There are so many token engineering community calls. It's just too many. And I just got a notification after finishing a workshop like 5 minutes ago. So I just jumped in. So I may have the wrong understanding of what the onboarding calls are for, but the way I get it from my previous memories would be, hey, the onboarding working group is about talking and developing how we onboard new people into the TE Commons and just kind of having this continuous improvement loop around this. Is that right?
Yeah, sort of. The onboarding, basically, we have different stages of the onboarding. In the stage that we are right now, we are focusing on, welcome, by the way, we are focusing on onboarding hatchers and proposals, which are key for the project to launch. So basically, in the right now is to that. But in order to get there, you're more than welcome, because you will probably get to know more about the project by itself and so on. So if you need an intro call where we can walk through this process or walk you more about probably onboarding yourself, we can schedule a call and then we can have a talk on that. So right now, the round goes of intentions and distractions. What are your intentions? You just mention it. You can tell what are your distractions, and then you pass it on to someone else.
Yes. So thanks for the clarification, because I really needed that to just know that I'm where I am at all. So those are my intentions. My distractions are backlog, some medical issues that I need to figure out, but the backlog is all connected to token engineering, because I'm doing like a long-term token ecosystem development with one small team from zero, and that's incredibly exciting. It's exactly what I wanted to do, and yeah, that's basically distracting me, but not right now. Right now I'm focused, and I would hand it over to Livia, I'm pretty sure.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, my intentions are going through the process, mostly listening to you guys and participating when I can. And also, I just wanted to update that I finally made an onboarding call. So it's in the calendar. It's going to be next Wednesday before this one, so we don't have this type of confusion. So people that see like onboarding, they will see that there is right on top, welcome to the TC party. And then hopefully they will join that one. And then if they're interested in the further onboarding to the hatchers, that's what we're doing here, then we can send them to this call. So you're welcome to join next week. 1 hour before this. And distractions, I'm still struggling to find like an optimal place to work. So I'm a bit distracted by my environment frequently until I move to my house. And I'll pass to Zaptimus.
Thank you, Levi. Oh, that's awesome. You created a new onboarding call for the new people. That's awesome. My intention for the call is, being synchronized, and I'm still doing the recording. And distractions, not at all. I'll pass it to Tam.
Hey, my intentions are to well, to sync up with everyone, to hear what everyone has been doing, or to share what I've been up to with respect to onboarding. And my distractions are, I'm eating, so that's why the video's off, but that's the only distraction I have. And I will pass to Jake. Did you go?
Hi, everybody. Intentions, move ahead, check in where people are and where I am. Distractions, nothing so far, really. I might have to involve the Policia later, so that's always a fun day. Other than that, it's pretty cool. Let's do this.
You cut your hair. And I passed it to myself because I'm the last one. So my intention on instructions, my intention for this call is to have quite a brief call. I hope we finish before the hour. Oh, sorry, Griff is missing. We finish before the hour, and to have a small summary about what happened this week. And I just moved to a new house, so many of the things are new, and the internet is new, so maybe it won't work. I don't know. So, Griff, back to you. You're the last one.
Yeah, and I think Craig just hopped in as well. So, my intentions are to get everyone to give me their soft commits, so I can add them to the secret sheet, and then and give an update on where we're at. And also to apologize that I couldn't do more onboarding this week, but next week will be big. And my distractions, I'm in a public place, but I'm sitting by a really nice fire, and it's really not that big of a deal. I'll pass it to Craig.
You are still muted, correct? Now you're muted. I guess it doesn't work. I'm sorry. All right. You can still be present, of course. Anyways, we can start with this week. In the agenda, as you see, it's quite brief today. So we will do an update on the proposal and hatcher state that we are. I will start myself regarding proposals. Idra DX, I think is their name. Let me get the name correct before I say the wrong name. Give me a moment. Here. Yeah, Idra DX. They said, I reached them out and they answered back. Jacob Gregus from them, I think is their name. He answered back and he explained that we have reached them previously in another stage that we had, and that they were not ready, but they are just about to launch or close to launch, and they are actually looking for feedback, and they're actually looking for a revamp of their communication. So they are interested on proposing and probably having a call with the calls that usually Jessica handles about the pitching and stuff and so on. So they will probably propose. They haven't provided a date yet, but they will probably do it soon. And then the guy from the Crypto Economics University Institute, he hasn't replied. And I also reached out to the guy from Wildcards, which I saw that Griff is a top donor. It was really fun because they have a public list of top donors, and Griff shows up as the first one. And they also reached out. I reached them out through Twitter, and they then answered. And we are talking with them to try to make them do a proposal. So that's on the process. So that's my feedback on these three proposals for for onboarding. So Griff, what about you? On your Hatcher side, probably more than the proposal.
Yeah, I'm sort of on vacation, not really, but I had to cut some things, so I definitely cut onboarding this week. I'm really sorry about that, Eduardo. I'm letting you down, but I do have a big goal of reaching out to people to onboard them. So yeah, I don't have any updates, but I do want to ask if anyone else did any onboarding. Please DM me their people's soft commits. Okay, I'll pass it to you, Jake.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna save that for Tamara. We have something cool going on, but as far as like what I was doing, what? Go ahead. Okay, so this me and Tam are 1-2, and this Friday we're going to be onboarding all kinds of people within our community, and then we're going to build our own little thing and come after all y'all. So you better be ready for this. Oh, and I wanted to let Eduardo know that I got a hold of Balancer CAD. That was actually pretty awesome because I got to the Balancer community, and then they hooked me up with a group of guys that are building a CAD model for them, which is actually really awesome and ironic. And anyways, they're pretty cool, and I'm going to get them in touch with YGG, and then they're going to hop over to us. And then we're going to, hopefully this goes well, and then we're going to send YGG over to Balancer, because these guys got a grant from Balancer just recently to build them a CAD model. So this was pretty cool, actually. Yeah. I don't have anything else other than that. I'll give it back to Livia.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm not onboarding anyone, any Hatcher, but the proposal that I've been trying to work with Spirit Foundation with IGG and Alex, they had to cancel the call twice, and we're trying to schedule a new one. I think YGG is super busy, but he really wants to make this happen. So our next try is next Thursday or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, actually. So hopefully that'll work. I passed to
on that feedback. Jessica mentioned that you have a call with Disco next week. Schedule could be, and then she talked with Angela, and then she's gonna propose in another week or two.
Yeah, the call with Disco is not scheduled yet. They had something coming for their team this week, but then we're trying to schedule for next week. So hopefully it will.
Perfect. Okay, Tam, can you tell us about onboarding ourselves? You are muted.
Thank you. The Spirit Foundation proposal, the issue for it is closed. Is that, should it be opened if it's still going?
I prematurely closed because we were going to have this call last week. And then I thought, oh, it's going to be done, but it wasn't. So I'll reopen it.
Cool. Okay, cool. So I'll start with the Hatchers thing. So for hatching, Jake onboarded me this weekend, and I thought it was a really quite interesting experience because I went into our conversation without having any idea of what kind of soft commit I wanted to make, and then I wanted to see where our conversation went. And I actually found it to be a good experience to talk with another person from TEC around those kinds of around these kinds of questions. So he and I put together a list of people in TSC and Common Stack who would like to approach. There's an issue that I just created a little while ago. Livia, you're on that list. Eduardo is on that list. Eduardo, we'll meet on Friday. And I hope it's helpful for everyone who has the same experience. And it'll be helpful for us as well to know what the questions are from people who are already very deep in this community. And then for other hatchers, maybe I look to Griff for some guidance on whether there's anybody else that I or Jake and I or I and somebody else, you and I, should be approaching, because that's an open question.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that will be the next point.
Cool. Perfect.
We can go with.
And then with proposals.
But basically,
and then with proposals, I kind of have the same question. What are the proposals that don't have an owner? Because if I look on the Epic, not all of them have an owner. Does it make sense just to take any one of those, or how should we start? How do we identify which proposals would need somebody to work on? Thanks.
Yes, on the proposal side, to finish that part, if we open the easy create, all of them has, if I'm not wrong, most of them has an owner. I didn't assign it to someone, probably because I didn't know what was the username on GitHub, so that there will be some empty spaces. I'm loading the Excel sheets to verify that. Moment. But yes, I think we have reached the stage where, which this is the other point of the agenda, is which I should work with Jessica, which is to communicate to our Telegram groups of the Common Stack or the TEC, the open to welcoming people to submit proposals or to meet with us, to walk them through what is the proposal about, to see if people have our community, people are outside this list, because this list is getting shorter. And we have got some no's. We got some people who push it through for another time, or like the people from the Hydra DX that it was not the timing correct for them back then. So I think there's a lot of people, and we should not rely only on the ones we know, but it's a time that we can actually reach out, at least on the Telegram side, on our community side, or Discord community side. We can reach them out saying, hey, we're the proposals, blah, 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 who wants to know more information, can reach out this and this, and so on. So now that I have the, so we have, for example, here for example, GovBase. We have GovBase, which is Santi. Is not assigned because I didn't find him. We have the other ones already proposed. This is in progress. Yes. So the only ones that have not been assigned, there are 3 assigned to Jess, 5 assigned to Jess. Dan, I didn't know which was Dan's username on GitHub, and then the rest of them are assigned, except for Ruben Russell. That he came for the first meetings and then he never came back. I can reach him out to see what about his proposals, how is that going, and that's it. That's the only one. The other ones are pretty much on the process. I mean, on the process, they have someone who they are being assigned. I already talked with Jake 2 weeks ago, and he got the ones that were unassigned. Does that solve your question, Tim?
No, I guess I'm just a little confused still. If I look at the Epic, I can help with the names. I'm happy to, if you just tell me who's assigned to what, I'm happy to jump in and put the names in, because I do know Santi and Dan's names.
Yeah, Wheeler DAO.
Mhm.
Sorry, Wheeler DAO. It's for Santi, for example.
Okay.
Ruben Russell is Prime DAO. I should be assigned for wildcards.
Okay.
And I just saw that Griff and I are Griff is assigned to Research Institute of Cryptoeconomics. I'm assigned to that one.
So which one was that?
The Research Institute of Cryptoeconomics, the one of Christoph.
Yeah, I reached out to him and he said, yeah, write something up and then send it to me. And I'm not there. I'm not ready for that yet.
Okay. And then Hydra DX, who was assigned to Jonas, I took that one too.
Hydra AX, okay.
Yeah. Which others are left to be unassigned or are unassigned?
Conflux, Metagov, Nervos.
Nervous here is assigned to me. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
And which the other
All
one?
right.
The one
So do you want?
before?
I can just go through and match them to this list if that's all we're doing now, so that we don't take up time to do that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The other ones that I assigned to Jake was Pambala and Common Simulator, just in case. But I think I assigned them correctly on the. For some reason, sometimes they saved who I assigned, and sometimes it doesn't save who I assigned. I think I'm doing something wrong, or my internet didn't work properly at the moment. Anyways, regarding that, so is everyone okay with and Griff and everyone else is okay with sending these messages on Telegram that I could prepare with Jessica about promoting the proposal submission in our forums? Is that okay for everyone? Okay, mainly because yeah, okay, I will work with that on Jessica. I will create an issue for that on GitHub if that's okay for you, Tam.
And just really quick on the assigning people, you have to assign, give them the checkbox, and then click somewhere else on the screen, and then it takes like a second to load. It happens to me a lot too. I have
okay. Give me a second that I'm writing on the notes. Okay. On that note, closing proposals. Griff, what I wanted to know, or who else has access to this, is to then now if we have these hatchers that we probably are due to, but if there is someone else on the top of the trusted seat on the top of the CSTAC token holders, who else? Because since Tam, Jake, and I have been present in these calls, I think we can, at least these people who are probably not top of the list, but halfway there, that we can, if you can tell us from where to where, we can probably start tackling these people and trying to onboard them as a hatcher, if that works out for you.
I think you definitely can. I would my recommendation would be to just focus on the community people, mostly because the Swiss membership DApp isn't there, and it's so much easier to be like, oh yeah, the next step, become a member. And I think that it's really easier just not to have that next step with people who are engaged already. But that's my thoughts on it. I really wish the Swiss membership app was ready to go. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. So can, for example, this is just an open question, Tam and Jake. Shall we check, for example, list of Telegram closer communities or Telegram praises, the praise one, for example, there are less people, to see from that list we can onboard as a hatcher, who is probably someone who is close or acquaintance or from another working group?
I feel like we've got a pretty good list now. I mean, for this sprint at least, and maybe the next sprint too.
Okay.
And I think that we haven't even touched all of us in TEC and Common Stack yet. But
yeah, but that's what I meant.
It's a good idea to keep a list. Yeah.
Yeah, if that list can we like, because you are two, we can maybe probably split it with me and someone else who is interested on, if you think that's correct. So you don't have all these people on your shoulders.
Yeah, I think that'd be fantastic.
Great. Do you want to tackle that now, or will you prefer to divide that later?
I'll get something started, and I'll put it in a issue so everyone can see it.
Alrighty, perfect. I think it could be nice to do it after Friday. Probably that once you have already done this day of onboarding ourselves and so on, so we can make a small working session, understanding things that can be improved or whatever, if that's necessary. If not, it's fine. Alrighty. That's it. On the with Metaverde, we have the update on the onboarding for the Discord thing. You gave me the update to me, but
Yeah.
you can tell it to everyone.
Oh, just I touched bases with Chris over the weekend, and he's like seems to be a Discord master, and it looks like is it Marco? It like looks like Markop in his username, but I'm assuming it's Marco P. Has also touched bases with him. And Eduardo, did you get onto the Discord? I think Marco did, and I checked on the Discord yesterday, and it looks like they're kind of experimenting and doing things, and I'm leaving them alone. I had talked with Chris that I would touch bases with him again, like Friday or Saturday. He's doing it. I mean, like he's actually doing it. It's coming along, and he's got other people that are helping him, like figuring out how to set up the different channels and stuff, like what's necessary. So I didn't really feel like it was something that I needed to keep asking him about. Is that the update? Does that make sense? Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah. It's
Should I be
basically
doing more?
that. No, it's okay. It's basically that by the time that the Discord is sort of at least on the preparation part done, we can work on how to have this information there to be when you arrive to be clear, to be understanding, and that is not chaos or confusing.
Oh, right.
Once
We had discussed that, and he's like, I mean, he's just savvy. He knows what he's doing. Like the thing like OneHive does, where you land on a welcome page, and then you have to thumbs up the community covenant, and that prevents bot spam. And then you go from there to another page, or I think you get an email, and then you go to another page, and then you have to like click more emojis to further prevent bot spam. And he understands all of that, and I think he had the thing that we had discussed was that. The Token Engineering Commons Discord isn't really going to be for like new users of tech, right? It's like everybody's kind of savvy and in the group. So we're not anticipating there being just the real pitfalls and blocks like there is onboarding people onto OneHive who've like maybe never downloaded a social app before, So he's not anticipating issues, but we're going to touch bases at the end of the week or over the weekend to kind of like look at what's going on with that.
Yeah, it's from our onboarding working group. What is interesting is to have it aligned with the content that is on the forum. So the tone, the content is similar, so it doesn't get so strange. Or if they go through the forum, like, I already read this in the Discord, or they're in the Discord, they're like, I already read this on the forum. So it's like similar base, and it's also in a language that it's understandable. Also, yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm making notes. I think he's savvy to that. He had talked about because I think Marco had asked about actually migrating channels, and then I think he's discussing. He and Marco were going to discuss this week whether he actually needs to migrate channels or if I forget what it's called. We call it cross-pollination at OneHive, but where you have the bot that connects the channels on the two different servers. So if you post in that particular channel on one server, it shows up on the other server also as a bot, or if you post on the other server, it shows up on the original servers, right? So that you can post on either server and have it appear in the same channel. And so I forget what that's called though. I call it Bot Connect, but he's going to discuss with Marco this week whether that's what needs to be done, or whether he actually wants the entire channel channel migrated over. And that is also something that he knows how to do. If he needs to actually migrate a channel over, he knows how to do that. I asked him all the questions.
Yeah. We will keep in touch, and as I mentioned her, whenever you have an update of that, or we can meet for then just to sync the content and to have it like. The last
there wasn't like a rush on that, right? That was fine. Like next weekend's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect. On the last two notes for this meeting, it's to Craig. If you can just listen. I mean, I know you cannot talk, but just to know that once you have Craig mentioned, we have a call, and he mentioned that he's trying to. We had an update talk. So he got like on knowledge about how we were onboarding hatchers and how we were onboarding proposals, because he saw some potential on some groups. So ideally, Craig, because I forgot to tell you this, is that we are having an issue for every proposal. So just to acknowledge also the work that is being done. So if you see or working on any call and you see that it goes further, just create the issue under the name proposal slash and the name of the proposal, so we can keep track that under the issue onboarding proposals. So we can and assign it to yourself. And if you need any help, just assign me or Tam in case you need guidance on the issue. Just for you to that update that I forgot to tell you in the last call. And the second note is that I would like to know, if possible, Griff, when do you know we can resume the meetings with the hatchers? Just to have that on the agenda.
Oh, I mean, you can continue meeting with hatchers. I just couldn't this week because I'm on vacation with my girlfriend. But I'm hoping to set up some calls. I mean, some of these calls that I have with other people are kind of being hatcher onboarding calls too. So there might be one this week, I think, but it wasn't. That wasn't the core purpose of it. So yeah, but yeah, next week I will, over the weekend, be able to start scheduling.
Perfect. Enjoy your vacations. Tam, do you think there is something else we need to talk about?
Nothing's jumping out at me now.
Okay, then that will be all for today's call.
Can I?
Yes, Griff.
This is sort of operational, but did we move everything to GitHub? Is that where we're tracking the hatchers? Like, should I be updating things on GitHub for reporting, or are we still updating on the curate sheet?
We moved the proposal part of the curate sheet to the issues, to an issue for every proposal. We are not going to make an issue for every hatcher, but what I suggested is to have the list on the issue, on the epic of onboarding hatchers, and then we just remove the name, or that's a topic we could also talk about, the sensitive